Hello, this is Dancingbear, your autistic prince, the voice of the voiceless, the Sigma male, president-elect from Myerscough College.
What the hell's Sigma male?
It's something I read up. I just thought I'd include that as well. I included it on a previous one.
Yeah, you did. I have no idea what that means. Hi, I'm Tom, the other guy. Quick disclaimer. I'm Tom Koala. There will be swearing, adult themes, and nothing. We are not experts in what we say.
No, we're not really an expert
So
in
anything
anything.
may need fact-checking.
Yeah. And above
Welcome.
all, this is a Christmas episode.
We'll do that another time.
Yeah. Oh, so this isn't the Christmas
No.
episode. Okay, this isn't the Christmas episode.
I mean, it is officially Christmas now because some bastard YouTube advert before a video showed the Coca-Cola advert with the trucks.
Oh, I bet you were loving it. I can just imagine Koala on his little smartphone. Holidays are coming. Holidays
I was
are
on
coming.
the phone to you when it played.
Really?
know,
Yes, you
yeah.
were, weren't you? Yes, I do remember that. I do.
And I swore quite loudly.
Yes, you did.
You were
So-
quite taken back because you thought I was swearing at you. Cause
Yeah, I
was like,
thought,
oh, for
fucking
fuck's
hell,
sake.
have I done something to upset him?
I've just disclaimed that there may be language. I've already sworn. So yeah, welcome to the Dancing Bear and Koala Power Hour.
Have we ever actually called it the Power Hour? That's what it sounds,
I don't know.
sounds
See,
very...
I quite like Power Hour because 90s kid and there were always Power Hour cartoons, weren't
Yeah, it sounds like a Hulk Hogan, like cheesy 80s advert, you know, when he used to sell Slim Jim, like it was like a snack bar.
Can you just move the thing for the lights going right in my eyes? I'm going
Oh,
blind.
sorry.
I can see Jesus in my eye.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, we was having technical difficulties with my lamp.
Lamp.
Lamp. It's a weird word, that, isn't it? Lamp.
Yeah.
Lamp.
Do you know what else is a weird word?
Oh, go on.
Constantinople.
I did know what that means, but please run it by me again.
It's a place.
Didn't know that. But I probably did,
Yeah.
but I forgot.
That's your level of intelligence to everyone on the internet. Just woo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Constantinople.
Whereabouts is it in
I
the...
don't think it's a place anymore.
It's not a place anymore.
No, it's in Italy somewhere, I think. I'll have to look it up.
I'm thinking about going to the Soviet Union on holiday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't technically exist anymore, but yeah, I'll go there.
Well, give Putin a chance.
Give me a chance. Yeah, so how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm great. I mean, I've still got this cough. I am still indulging in Fisherman's Friends, who, funnily enough, haven't responded to sponsoring us.
Well, no. Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, I think we covered it in a previous podcast, but I'm sure we did. But we was talking about the feedback we were getting and how surprising our following has grown.
Yeah.
And you found there is an audience in Iran.
Yeah, it might have been a one-off, but apparently 1 or 3% of our audience is in Iran.
Yeah. Arthur Conan Doyle wrote once, once you take away the impossible, whatever's left, no matter how improbable, must be the truth. So that being said, I must conclude, our viewer in Iran is Jennifer Lawrence.
No, it could be Gal Gadot.
yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on because fandoms. I have something to say because we forgot to cover it last time. Do you remember that news vaguely of a Star Wars script being left under a bed in a hotel room and sold on eBay?
I remember you telling me about that. Please share.
Do you know whose it was?
Go on.
It was John. How do you say his last name? Boyega?
Oh, I know who you mean, yeah.
He plays Finn.
Yes.
Yes. He left his script for the newest Star Wars movie under a bed in his hotel room, and someone found it and tried to sell it on eBay, which Disney then bought back. They could have sued the shit out of this man for trying to sell it, but they bought it.
Wow.
Mm.
Oh, quite nice of him, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they named and shamed, obviously, Johnny Boy.
I feel bad for him because he made a mistake. We all do it.
Yeah. You made a mistake with one of the most valuable scripts on planet Earth.
Yeah.
I mean...
Is it that valuable? Have you seen the recent films?
No, I tend not to watch,
Is it really that valuable?
Well, I mean, yes. I mean, think about the value of... Right, so how much do you think Star Wars, the first movie script, is worth to a fan?
I don't know. It depends on the fan. For instance, if you asked me specifically that question, it would entirely depend if I went out a bog roll.
For Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
Oh, not A New Hope. I thought you were saying
No.
either 7, 8, or 9. You took a funny face and like,
Oh.
Oh, I thought you was...
Back, do you know what? One of the biggest changes to Star Wars lore, canon, special effects, whatever, that I've always hated.
Yeah, go
It's
on.
when I was a kid watching Star Wars Episode 4
Yeah.
on videotapes or VHSs.
Yeah.
For those that are too young,
Yeah.
the videotape was this big thing, almost like it had like tapes and wind-up things. It was quite cool. And what you used to do with them is you left them in that big-ass plastic cases, build cities and pretend to be Godzilla.
Yeah.
Or at least I did. Or you build a maze and trap your dog in it, and the dog... It was great fun. Anyway.
Yeah. No, we used to have other games when I were younger. For instance, at school. I'm going to say something then.
But yeah,
no.
the change that I didn't... is when, in Episode 4, if you ever watch an original thing, nowadays the lightsabers look like a Pringle tube that comes out.
Yeah.
They're perfectly cylindrical, they come out. In the original film, the lightsaber comes out, it's a blade.
Yeah.
It looks flat, it's a blade, it looks quite cool.
Yeah.
But now it's like a cylindrical thing, and I would have liked them to stay as blades.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, I can't really be. I hope I don't get slated for it because technically I should be wearing glasses. So
Should you?
yeah,
I didn't know that.
Not many people do. Well, the world will know now, but yeah, it's. I'm meant to wear
That explains some of your
sighted
exes.
glasses. Oh, oh dear.
Oh gee, I am going to have to lower the sound of that.
Oh dear. Yeah.
If any,
I'll give you a
that
point
that
for
was a
one.
joke.
Yeah.
Please, if you are an ex-Mervan, please don't come after me. Jokes. It's just my sense of humour. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh God.
Oh. So there has been an issue recently. I'm trying to be serious because this is quite somber.
Okay.
Obviously, the third world has loads of problems.
Yes. They do.
Now, in the UK, we do have a serious issue.
Right.
Um,
I can tell. Actually, this
yeah.
is quite right. Go
So,
on.
we have Lidl and Aldi. And Aldi has adverts for a mascot known as Kevin the Carrot.
For fuck's sake.
Now, for those that don't know, Kevin the Carrot has been in Christmas adverts for a long time. And Aldi has decided to release a plushie of him. And people have been camping outside the store since 6 o'clock in the morning for their chance to get a plushie. That is real first world problems. For a plushie of a carrot named Kevin. What the fuck is wrong with the British public?
Yeah, there's something.
Like,
I mean,
what-
it's
what-
their thing.
yeah, what
so-
you're doing? Oh, I'm camping outside a supermarket for a chance to get a squishy Kevin the Carrot. And they've sold out. Whichever one it is, Lidl or Aldi. I'm sure it's Aldi. They've sold out of Kevin the Carrot plushies, and people are now selling them on eBay at like 5 to 6 times the price. And people are buying these Kevin the Carrot plushies for 5 to 6 times the price.
Wow.
That is real first world problems, that isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Like,
I thought this was something serious then. I honestly did. Listeners, you won't be able to see our facial expressions. But Koala, my colleague, pulled a brilliant performance there. I thought he was on about something.
Like, I ain't taking away from the third world, but obviously we are a certain age.
Right.
Do you remember the Beanie Baby rush of the 90s?
I think so. I'll tell you what I remember more, the Furbies. Do you remember the Furbies?
You know that scene in Johnny English 2 where he has flashbacks in Mozambique and he goes all twitchy?
Yeah.
I feel like doing that whenever you mention Furbies.
Why?
Because they're terrifying.
Do you like them?
You ever seen a Furby?
And the way, to be fair, the way they used to move their eyes were fairly
You ever
creepy.
seen a Furby without the skin?
No.
They're even scarier.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh,
What were those things called as well with the sticky upper?
trolls.
Was it
Yeah,
trolls?
yeah. Oh, no. So Furbies, I got one when I was younger, when they first came out.
Yeah.
And left it in the living room. And at like 12 o'clock at night, my mum got up out of bed. And the entire house was woken up. Because as my mum walked through the living room, it turned itself on and said, "I can see you."
Oh,
while
that's
it's
not
pitch
creepy at all.
black. And Furbies, they're just terrifying. And I never liked it. It's like, I just don't like them. But then the newer ones came out a couple of years ago, and they can connect to the internet and learn. That's it. I'm done. I will smash any Furby up. Furby comes running at me down the street. If they start moving, I'm out.
Wow.
Like,
Koala's fairly passionate about
just
this.
Just think about, in the Toy Story world, Furbies are really alive.
Yeah, they are actually, and all.
Like, a Furby like, I want to play. No, you don't. You can get...
Did you not like Furbies when you were younger?
No. Furbies can go and kiss my ass. They're just creepy. They turn themselves on.
Yeah, they did and all, didn't they? I remember that.
They had motion sensors, so like you think it's long dead, and then the batteries will be like nearly dead in it.
Yeah.
And then randomly it will have enough juice to turn on and go, I want to play. It's like, I thought you were dead years ago, mate.
God.
The fuck are you doing? The fuck are you doing, boy?
Who was more into the Furbies in your household?
I was the only one that had one because my youngest brother used to cry, like Furbies, and the middle brother was like not interested in them. I got it as a gift from like my nan. Yeah. Furbies haunted my, and it was just, you know, you wake up in the morning, you turn your head, you look at your shelf, and there's a Furby staring at you with this unblinking dead gaze. I also had an ET made by the same company, and I like that one. Gazing
into the sun.
Yeah, they just stare at. It's like, I would say a Furby is the modern day equivalent of a porcelain doll.
Probably are. When you actually think about it and break it down, absolutely.
Think about how many people of like older generation, even now, are scared of porcelain dolls.
They are fur creepy though.
Yeah,
I'm not personally.
Wherever you are, their eyes follow you because of the way they're made. But Furbies, I reckon, terrified a generation. Than the modern day porcelain dolls. If you had to sleep in a room filled with Furbies, it would be very creepy, especially if every now and then one that you thought was like long dead or had no batteries in turn on. It's like, I can see you. It's like, oh.
Never had Furbies when I was younger. They've just never appealed to me.
Do you remember Tamagotchis?
I know the name, but I can't specifically
remember. Them little key
remember.
Rings that people had with the little animals in.
I remember.
You press buttons.
I do remember them. What am I thinking of now? The Pez
dispensers.
Yeah, I had a C-3PO one once.
Do you know they have conventions for them?
It don't surprise me.
There are Pez conventions. There are hardcore Pez collectors.
Wow. And I remember there was a time. What was it? They was putting.
This is reminiscent of old toys.
Yeah,
isn't it? Oh.
I remember they were putting. Do you remember? Oh, this was years ago. I was only a young kid myself. They were at Walker's Crisps at the time. Were putting jigsaw pieces in the packets.
Yeah, and then there were complaints like they're not edible. I tried to eat it and it.
Yeah, do you remember that? What were the puzzles of? I did know.
I don't. Walkers for the Americans, you know them as Lays.
Yeah. Yes, they do, don't they? Yeah. I'm trying to think of other things now that are very retro 90s. But yeah, I remember Pairs. I remember the jigsaw. I want to say Pokemon cards, but were they really popular? But not until like the late 90s.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
That was the height of childhood for me.
Yeah, I liked playing. So around that time, especially 2003, you had Beyblade.
Didn't get into that, but yeah.
You had Game Boy.
Game Boy was good.
You had Pokemon cards and you had Yu-Gi-Oh! And these were your big things in school.
Yeah.
If you had a decent Beyblade, a decent Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck, and enough... See, no one ever played the Pokemon game. You just collected them and swapped them.
You do. There was... you could play a game with them, couldn't you? But no one ever did.
So you played Yu-Gi-Oh! You played Beyblade. You... like at playtime. You had decent Pokemon on your Game Boy, especially Game Boy Advanced.
Yeah.
Sapphire and Ruby.
Yeah.
If you were good at all three of them and you had enough swaps for Pokemon cards or some decent shiny, you were that big dick bastard in school. You were the Don.
Were you that kid, Koala?
I was that kid.
Was you?
I was the guy that sellotape razor blades to my Beyblade so no one could stop it spinning.
Really?
Put your hand down.
So you was a cheating little so-and-so?
No!
Yeah, you...
I prefer ingenuity.
The ingenuity was there.
My school, which I will always remember, around that time, 2003, was St. James's. and they had these tables outside, and
Yeah.
the schools realised just how popular Beyblade, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Pokemon were,
Yeah.
and they. In primary school, sometimes you had them tables with like plastic tops, and they had like maps of cities and that built on.
Yeah.
They took off the plastic sheet, and the school had the like engineering department or whatever it's called,
Yeah.
tech design, and they actually wiped all that off, and they etched on Yu-Gi-Oh things and built Beyblade tables for us.
Wow. That's
So
pretty
at playtime, we had that. You had official school tournaments.
cool. Wow.
It was probably the greatest time of my life. And not to beat around the bush, but Man-Eating Bug in Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yeah. Was it?
it was brilliant.
Wow. So was you more into your Yu-Gi-Oh?
I
Pokemon?
was. I was more into Yu-Gi-Oh, but
Yeah.
I liked Pokemon. Who didn't watch Pokemon? Didn't watch Pokemon.
Well, you've walked in on me watching Pokemon
Yeah.
on Netflix. Was that a bit of a bizarre experience for
No,
you?
because Pokemon is somewhat coming back.
Yeah.
It left for a bit, but it's coming back. Like, my brother is now playing, and yeah, my brother is playing through Pokemon Shield, and so's my girlfriend, and they both completed them, and it's like, you've only had it like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Interesting fact, Pokemon Sword and Shield are based in like Pokemon's version of England, right?
Yeah.
There's a Corgi Pokemon, there's Sheep Pokemon, there's Stonehenge Pokemon.
Yeah. I remember you were telling me I think it was on a previous podcast.
My girlfriend was she showed me something, and I just smiled. They say they tried to, obviously it's Japanese people writing it.
Yeah.
They tried to put some British words in there. So
Yeah.
occasionally a conversation will start with "Hey up,"
Yeah.
and it's like, oh,
They're trying so hard.
you know.
Yeah. It's definitely.
Can you imagine? You watch a Pokemon series,
Yeah.
and there's when it's dubbed by the Americans.
Yeah.
I so want to see now, like Ash go throws his Pokemon. Then you just got like someone from Pokemon's version of Newcastle here, Tinny going, "Why, hey man,
Oh, definitely.
Pikachu
definitely.
use Thunderbolt, Brummy use Stab."
Would you say in a bizarre way, Yu-Gi-Oh not necessarily took over Pokemon, but they sort of filled in the vacuum when Pokemon stopped being the fashion, if you will?
It was easier to learn the game, and then they sort of swapped. And Pokemon kept getting big.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh died out. Yu-Gi-Oh's still going.
Yeah.
There are new series, but I think after those original, say 2 series, maybe
Yeah.
3, of like Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh GX, Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds, whatever it
Yeah.
was, I think it started to like really decline.
It was never as good as the first Yu-Gi-Oh the Yu-Gi-Oh
With
I
the
followed.
See, I was really into Ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
I collected everything I could with Ancient Egypt. I learnt hieroglyphics. I was actually in the paper in New Haven.
Oh, would you?
Because at age... What was year 1 and 2?
Year 1 and 2. How old were you when you was in year 1 and 2? About 5 or 6.
Yeah. So it
Yeah,
was year
5 or
1,
6.
2 and 3.
5, 6, 7. About 7.
I had a huge collection of Egypt stuff, and my nan, or my gammy, loved history in Egypt as well. So
Yeah.
she went to Egypt a couple of times,
Yeah.
and she kept bringing me back like papyrus paper and how to translate hieroglyphics. And
And you could translate
yeah,
it, yeah.
so
Wow.
when the school was learning about it, we used to bring in boxes and boxes of like statues I had, things on the gods, how to read and write hieroglyphics and translate, and
Yeah.
papyrus paper and all that. And it was quite interesting. Naturally, I was beat up quite a lot, but
Oh my god! Oh.
no, I wasn't. I wasn't. But yeah. So I was quite a little,
dear.
quite a little historian.
Yeah. Just imagine, like, probably it was nothing like this, but a 67-year-old you holding two statues of Tutankhamun, going like that in a newspaper, one in each hand.
No, it was a statue of Tutankhamun and a blue scarab beetle.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I've got all these like little black statues, loads of magazines, loads of stuff. Unfortunately, we lost loads of it in a move.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
You probably lost a lot of money's worth then, really, wouldn't you?
Probably, yeah.
When you think about it, because people always go mad for ancient Egypt.
And it was actually like not mega old papyrus paper, but some of it was Victorian era.
Oh yeah, you
It was my.
you lost some
I've
seeds.
only got 1 or 2 left, but they were actually my gammy, my great nan. It was her parents' parents.
Oh my
So
God!
we
wow.
were heartbroken. We were heartbroken.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I think I would be as well. Bit of a life story for you here. We had a lot of money's worth in Pokemon cards. Someone broke in the house. I was only 9, 10, and they also stole these people who will remain anonymous. Stole GoldenEye games for the N64. So the best N64 games we had. It was when we was on holiday.
Is that all? People broke in and the only things they stole were Pokemon cards and N64 games?
Yeah.
Were they kids?
Quite naturally. I hope they were. I mean, to say it's even more
Well,
scary.
it's like there was a lockup in America,
Yeah.
and this guy collected comics.
Yeah.
And when all the Marvel boom happened, he'd been collecting comics years from like a kid, and this guy broke into his lockup, which he was about to sell them all to charity to raise money.
Yeah.
For the local school in the town, and he had like Spider-Man from like 1
Yeah.
all the way, and someone broke in and stole it all and sold it on the black market.
Oh God. Some people can be so cruel, can't they? To be honest with you,
I've not got many of my original Pokemon cards left or Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and they're all quite damaged now because obviously I lost a lot of stuff in the move up north.
Yeah.
But the Pokemon cards I do have, and I've got the originals, which in the original set of Pokemon cards, for people that don't know, that's when they first came over to the UK anyway. And have you ever seen the original Pokemon designs on the original cards?
I haven't. I
Right,
remember
so-
you telling me about this. Have you got some, like, you could take a picture and show me at all?
Yeah, well, a lot of them look very different to what they do, because a lot of cards now they're done digitally,
Yeah.
whereas the old ones were hand-drawn, photocopied, and done. So they're very different. Like Pikachu is this like thing with most of the older Pokemon look quite fat,
Right.
like quite chunky. It's quite interesting, and Pokemon.
You'll have to show me.
Pokemon
definitely.
Red and Blue
Yeah.
were made before the shows on artist impressions of what the guy that created Pokemon in his head
Wow.
said they look like.
Yeah.
So, in Red and Blue, the Pokemon don't look like modern day Pokemon.
No, have you ever played the first Pokemon games? I can understand where you're coming from.
I had
there.
Blue, yeah.
Yeah, I had Red, so
And a lot of people, Yellow was the first one.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
showing me.
original Pikachu.
Wow. Yeah, I can understand what you mean. It's not a huge difference, but there is a difference.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah, I think Pikachu needs to get on that keto diet in this photo, man. Needs to get on that keto. But yes, there is a difference.
Yeah.
It's not as
There
but
is
the
quite a
difference
lot of
is there,
difference.
definitely, absolutely.
But
Your phone is quite severely cracked.
Yeah,
if
it is.
I may say.
I dropped it on the floor in the bathroom,
Ooh.
and it broke.
I can see the pixels going purpley from a certain angle on the phone.
There's Donald Trump.
Oh. Are you showing me something else, I presume?
No. One sec.
So, yeah, as Koala was just showing me the Pokemon cards, do you remember when you first got your Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
I do.
You just showed me a variety of more Pikachus.
So there is a picture of Pokemon, of Pikachu through the years.
Let's have a look. Do you mind?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Nah, that's a
Interesting.
bit-
So is this like the evolution of...
Yeah. So this is Red and Blue all the way through, and then to modern day.
Wow.
So
yeah.
He's even changed colour.
They have. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
It's weird. Anyway, moving on from Pokemon and Kevin the Carrot, is there any funnier news stories that you've seen or anything you want to talk about? Because I feel like I've railroaded this.
No, you haven't. No, because
'Cause
I
I
sometimes
mean,
feel like I do that. I'm
do you
not gonna
remember-
lie.
I just love, like, you know what? Screw it. It's our podcast. Let's talk about the early 2000s toy crazes. Do you remember? And this is the time of Friends. This is how old it was.
I never liked Friends when I was younger. I appreciated it when I was older.
I didn't really understand it, no. But do you remember, like, what the crazes were back then? Because there were a lot of them.
The alien. I know that gets sprung
What,
up quite a
in the
lot.
goo?
Yeah, if you squeeze its ass, it's meant to give birth to another alien. Okay. Do you remember that?
Yeah, or that Tracy Island.
Never liked Thunderbirds.
Never.
No.
Or
Sorry.
It was always sold out. The early days of the PlayStation.
Hot Wheels.
Oh, Hot Wheels. I love Hot Wheels.
Yeah, I used to love my Hot Wheels. How big of a car collection did you get? I had a truck. I think the only Hot Wheels collection I got was a truck with all the little cars inside the truck.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
What were they called?
Hot Wheels truck. I don't know.
No, Hot Wheels are the big ones. Those were Micro Machines.
Yeah.
Micro Machines were awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, this is quite old news, but I thought I'd show you this because I want to see your reaction.
Go on. I'm interested.
So, it's a fish that has a, quote, human face.
Yeah.
But really, it's just the patterns on the fish make it look like it's got a human face. It's like a killer whale eyes on the side. So when this decides to actually play...
Yeah, good phone you've got there, though, to be fair.
No, it's really not. It's quite old. I can't even get Facebook on it.
Can you not?
No. It's not gonna... We're not playing ball here.
I'm not playing ball.
Oh, well. I'll show you it afterwards. Oh.
Was it just about to play then?
Yeah, probably.
So?
Yeah, so my phone doesn't work. So, yeah, there's that. But,
Never mind.
Do you think, like, the early 2090s, there was a real culture of run to the shop and buy it before it's gone?
I remember it being around.
Because do you get that now?
Sound
quite a shut-in, or the beauty of Amazon.
Yeah, there was definitely a fear of it. I remember going to Toys R Us a lot and enjoying that around that time.
Magical place.
Yeah, do you remember some of the adverts?
I do.
Yeah, for Toys R Us.
See, I work in Blackburn Mall.
Yeah.
And when Toys R Us shut down, I asked if I could have the sign above the door.
Wow, did you?
Mm.
Well, it was Toys. I don't think you'll know because you didn't live near where I lived until later on. But I'm sure there used to be a Toys R Us near where I lived. Well, not near, but within a 10-15 mile radius. And I think
Up that industrial estate where Smith's Toys is now.
Do you reckon that's
or Curry's PC World. I think it was there.
Yeah.
See, oh God, that's going to make me sound so bad. So sometimes I go in a toy shop.
Right. No, that doesn't make you sound bad.
I mean, I mainly walk in it because in the mall, you've got the entertainer and it's got one door on one side, a straight path, and then the door to get in. So I use it to walk through.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do that, don't we? I know where you're on about. Yeah.
But even when you walk through and they just don't make toys like they used to.
I haven't noticed to it. I'm not just saying that. I actually haven't. But...
When I was a kid, like if a toy didn't have like some poisonous paint or made of cast iron or something that could hurt a kid or maim or possibly kill, you didn't buy it.
No, I can understand that. I used to have a lot of Action Men. Did you ever have Action Men?
Where did Action Man go?
I don't know. It's like I don't know where my Action Men's gone out.
I know where mine went, in the microwave.
Why?
Well, it's not my fault that he couldn't escape.
Couldn't escape.
No, I was never into those sort of toys.
You used to like Lego.
I still like Lego.
You played with Lego for ages. I used to have a big tub of Lego.
And
pieces went slowly missing as time went on.
Here's a true fact about Lego that's going to make me and my brothers probably, I don't know, sound bad. So because I grew up in pubs, there was always loads of money. And we always got Lego and big tubs.
Yeah.
And we actually had, it equated to about a ton of Lego.
Wow.
Like, we weighed it.
Yeah.
We actually had near enough a ton of Lego.
Wow. How much money's worth is a ton of Lego, do you think? Roughly. Just roughly a ballpark figure.
Are we on about today's money?
Yeah.
Because that's probably hundreds, maybe even thousands. But everyone in my family got it quite for us and quite a big family.
Did you ever used to like Meccano? Was it Meccano?
I loved Meccano.
I never got to play it.
There's a drawer in my house that's broken.
Yeah.
And it's held together with Meccano.
Wow. My mum wouldn't let me play Meccano. She says I was too young. Could you be too young for Meccano?
Yeah, because it's metal and bolts. It changed to plastic later or connects.
Yeah.
Is Connect and Meccano still around?
I don't know. We're
Meccano's
going to
quite
sound
old.
really old during this
See,
podcast.
Meccano, for anyone who don't know, I don't know what America
Yeah.
would call it, or if they call it Meccano.
Yeah.
It was basically actual bits of metal and screws, and you could build like things with it. But yeah, there is a drawer in my house with my old Meccano, which is held together.
Yeah.
It's got bolts and nuts, and like I built a whole like thing that goes around, and just straight up the drawer, holds onto the back, holds the front on.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. That is fairly impressive, that. But yeah, I'm just trying to scratch the old head at like proper 90s things now. But yeah.
Oh, here's one.
Go on.
Do you remember when you bought a game for your PlayStation or GameCube and the entire game was on the disc? Wow!
No, but I remember. What was your first console?
My first console.
Yeah, your first console.
PlayStation 1.
That was your first console. My first console, Sega Mega Drive. I want to say no. I think I had one before that.
Like, I was never into consoles as a kid, even though now I'm like a massive gamer.
Yeah.
So, whenever I played consoles, it was when I was with my cousins. And
Right.
they had like the,
Yeah.
you know, the SNES and
Yeah.
things like
Yeah.
that. But no, I didn't actually appreciate or love gaming until just a couple of, maybe 2 years into the PS2 coming out.
Yeah. See, I've got a weird memory for the first console I ever had because I must have been 2 or 3. That's young for a console gamer. And my granddad, God rest his soul, he's no longer with us. He's been gone for 19 years, 20 years nearly. That's a scary thought. And I remember he used to, well, not bollock me, that's the wrong word to use, but he used to say, he used to try and get me to, because you could do it in this particular Grand Prix game. I think it was one of the first Grand Prix games they ever made. And you could run the guy with the flag over. And he was always trying to get me to run him over.
Where the fucking
Yeah.
and it slowly it's all the pixels and you just move left and right and it's
that
just
was one of the very first games I played. I also played Streets of Rage.
oh.
Do you remember that game?
Do you know what I love? But they're dying in this country, but in places like Japan they're huge.
Go on.
Arcades. Light gun games.
Really?
Do you remember House of the Dead?
I do.
House of the Dead.
Yeah.
So my nan she's still alive. She loves sci-fi
Yeah.
and sci-fi horror. She used to buy me games
Yeah.
and had something to talk about as well. So if she used to watch me play sometimes. I don't know if she was actually interested. I mean, she says she was. She's why I've got such a deep love of Metroid, because she bought it for me and kept asking me about the story or watch me play. I went to an arcade and she was with me and my cousin, and we were playing. It was like a day out, and we were playing House of the Dead 2 or 3.
Right.
And she was like, "Oh, this is really fun." She's not one of them. Oh, that's horrible gore. She's like, "That's quite amazing how they do that with technology."
Yeah.
Next thing I know, a week later, Mum's like, "Oh, Nana came round while you were at school. She had to go, but she left you this." And we had like an old PC, House of the Dead. Oh my god! Wow. Boot it in without reading it. They made a House of the Dead how to type.
Wow.
It was an educational game.
Oh no.
The only way to kill the monsters was to type the word fast.
Oh.
So
God.
like a word would come up and you've got to spell it.
Was it good?
It was all right, but
Yeah.
it wasn't the best.
No.
I guess it did help because I was heavily dyslexic and like
Yeah.
help with typing.
Yeah.
So like, something comes up and it's
Yeah.
like spell onomatopoeia.
The shittest game that I remember I had on the PC, because there was a phase I was going through on the PC games, right? And my mum would always buy a couple of PC games on a Friday, and she bought this game. I am not shitting you. You can actually look this bollocks up. It was called Travel the World with Timmy. explore. Just fucking look that up. I don't know. And it was an educational game, but it was so. Even at that age, I think. Even at that age, I must have been about 7 or 8. I think I remember saying, "What the hell?" Like, wasn't it with that cringy?
And for saying what the hell, you got a Switch.
Yeah.
What you talk about, boy?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I've got a very bizarre relationship with gaming. No,
See,
word
I
to use.
do,
Bizarre. But
because when it comes to gaming,
love-hate.
obviously now the games like Guitar Hero and Rock Band are dead.
Are they dead
Yeah.
now? Is that a completely dead franchise?
It doesn't look like we're getting any more on the horizon.
No.
The last ones. I can't. For me, Guitar Hero will always hold a good place.
Yeah.
I got the band set. We used to play them in high school, especially Guitar Hero 1, 2, or 3. And my mum also loved Guitar Hero. Do you know how embarrassing it is as like a 15, 16-year-old? You bring your mates around. Yeah. Oh, you're on the drums. I'm on guitar. Yeah. And then while you've been at high school, your mum has turned on your 360, gone on every song, played it on expert and got the high score. So every song says mum with a top score. That you... I mean, I can only play on medium or maybe slightly hard, even when it was good. Me and my mates, 16-year-old gamers, could not beat my mum on Guitar Hero. And my mum was like, yeah.
Oh.
So I can't play it ever. Like...
Random question.
Or GTA. My mum is like, oh, let me have a do. She loved Vice City, same as me.
Vice City was good.
Especially for the story and the voices and things like that. Getting your parent to play GTA is like watching a psychopath. Like, gamers are bad. You put your parents in there. Oh, cool, I can run over this old woman. Mum!
Random question. Does your mum still think my name Dancingbear is a shit name? Has she ever commented? I'm bringing. I know I've brought it up previously.
No, she hasn't really commented again.
Oh, that's actually a good question. I know we've sort of covered it before, but people we know following our podcast, like, did your mum and dad still watch us? I don't think my mum and dad do. Sorry if you are listening, but it's.
My dad still doesn't know what a podcast is.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He still.
I only bring this up so it might give us certain liberties. No, I'm joking.
No. No, but what I was going to bring up, to change subject slightly, is when I walked in the other week and your mum was playing Sims.
Yeah. That's part of the reason why I brought this up.
I do like that, like, our parents are quite down to earth.
Yeah, my mum definitely is in that regard.
They keep up with times. Obviously, they have issues with online stuff, but I just like that my mum is like quite into her gaming.
I remember showing mum Matthew Broderick's that 80s film War Game. She wouldn't go near a computer again for starting World War 3. No,
I used to get stuck on the original Tomb Raider on PS1 and my mum would complete it for me.
I got stuck on... Oh, don't even go there with Tomb Raider because I had it for the Sega Saturn. My God, what an hard game. I was always stuck on the 2 bridges. I mean, what the fuck? I don't know if it was the same for the PlayStation 1.
Oh, yeah, it would have been the same game.
You had to cross one bridge to get to another bridge. Fucking 4-year-old me's there confused, like,
Do you know what's really funny?
And then when you actually have the brains to pass that, you get killed anyway by the big fucking bear.
I have a funny story about Tomb Raider. So, you know, in Tomb Raider 2, there's the famous, you can backflip over the butler and lock him in the freezer.
Yeah.
And everyone did that. I never did that.
Right.
My mum, however, did.
Really?
And obviously, she didn't know you could do that or talk to people. She was just like, oh, you can do this. He followed her in there, and he was like, I've had enough of this, like, old man with a tray following me. My mum locked the butler in Tomb Raider in the fridge.
Wow.
Or in the freezer, whatever it was. Yeah. So, yeah, name and shame, mum.
You murdered the butler.
Yeah.
And in Tomb Raider as well, was who played the butler was Chris Barry, who also played Rimmer in Red Dwarf.
Was it?
That's him, yeah.
That was in the movies, wasn't it?
Yeah.
With
I don't know about the games, but
the games weren't. That's what I thought you were saying.
Movies, no, but yeah.
What do you think of them Tomb Raider films?
I like the first one.
They were the first soiree into like gaming.
I haven't seen the latest one.
Tried to be all right.
The latest one was meant to be all right. Did it get good reviews? I'm not a big fan of Tomb Raider. I'm not a huge fan. I have to be honest.
I think Tomb Raider has a real place in gaming history.
Yeah. It's there. It deserves. It has its spot.
If a new Tomb Raider game comes out, I play them because I still like action adventure games.
Yeah.
I played the newest 3, the trilogy, and they gradually do get shitter.
Right.
Everything nowadays is to do with bow and arrow, but
yeah.
Jesus, we've been talking 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's frightening, isn't it?
It is. I do feel like our last podcast was more energetic and probably better than this, but I mean, we had a slight theme then.
Yeah, but I think, to be honest with you, shall we be honest? Well, they know that we sometimes record 2 at a time. Well, we do that. We do that every time now we get together. I don't know what the people think, but I think
we will endeavour to make sure we always upload on the Saturday.
Absolutely, yeah.
But if anyone has any suggestions for, because we do want to branch out, and we're still looking at playing that Star Wars Fallen Order, or maybe at this point we're already playing it.
Yeah. Ooh.
And I have looked at like getting a camera, maybe we can because obviously we always mention YouTube, but a lot of people are listening to us on Spotify and Apple. So if you are listening on that, thank you. And I think on Apple Podcasts or music, whatever, you can suggest us, like us, comment, whatever.
Definitely.
Do the same on Facebook. Did we mention in this time that we had we have a podcast? Not a podcast. We're doing a podcast.
We're doing a podcast. I was thinking then. It was like...
Yeah.
Are we doing
what am I on about here? Oh, yes. We have a Patreon.
We have a Patreon. Yes.
Again, I don't like mentioning it because it feels like... Well, see, I don't mind mentioning it because if someone...
Give us your door. No, I'm joking.
You know.
Yeah.
If someone actually does like us enough to start essentially sponsoring us so we can get better artwork or things...
Should I do this?
No.
Why not? Advertise for Patreon. If you are enjoying our content,
Patreon,
and would like to help us expand and do other projects,
artwork projects,
please feel free. If you would like to make a donation, go ahead.
It is a monthly thing, so the way it's set up, it will take the money immediately and then following every month. There's £2, well, $2, $5, $10, $10. We will message you and you get to pick a topic for us to talk about.
Yeah.
Because what we're trying to do, instead of us being rambling, which so far the past 2 times hasn't really worked, we do try and have a theme. Not a theme, but a word I want to start doing, don't it? So
yes.
Last week's was fandom. This one we didn't really think of anything. So something to keep us grounded.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or, I've also got like lists of funny news stories or things that I found weird.
Yeah. Definitely, absolutely. So I mean to say, like, we would appreciate any contribution. And did you say 25% of any money that comes to us will be going to a charity of the viewer's choice?
Only for if we start making it to £250.
Right. No worries.
Like that's not enough to support us.
Yeah.
That is enough to get a new mic or a new a camera after a bit, or actual editing software that's decent.
Absolutely,
maybe a game. But yes, if my plan, which I actually last podcast just sort of threw at Irvine.
Yeah.
He had no idea, so I'm glad he didn't kick off like, no, it's my money. If we start making $250 a month, not £2,500, £250, we will work out 25% of that each month in a separate account, saved up, and then at the end of a year, we will make a donation to a charity that you guys can all vote on. Yeah,
absolutely. Look, end of the day, I know this is bordering on cliched now, and I know plenty of YouTubers say this anyway. We're not doing this for the money. We're really not.
No.
We're doing it because end of the day, Tom's one of my best friends. Koala's one of my best friends.
I think this helps keep me sane.
Yeah,
because
we're doing it for our benefit as much as the listeners. Sorry, I cut you off there.
I mean, I work as a nighttime team leader in a mall. It's not like the greatest job in terms of... did you know if you work nights, because of the stress, your life expectancy actually goes down? And the government and a lot of people are actually looking at giving people that work nights hazard pay.
Really?
Yeah. Because
wow.
You're taking all this stress on because you're awake at different times and your sleeping pattern is changed. And So yeah, I'm awake during the night, asleep during the day, which you found out sometimes at 4 o'clock in the morning when you get a message from me.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. How, I mean, to say that's actually a good question. I think we've very relatively covered it. What is it like working nights? Like,
It's like the day, but darker.
was I asking for that one?
You were.
Was I really
Yeah.
asking for? But is it bizarre? What I meant was, do you feel isolated emotionally,
Well,
or
it's a mall, so if or mall, there's still arguments over how it's pronounced. Is it mall or mal?
I've always pronounced it mall myself.
Yeah.
I still call it a shopping centre.
Yeah. There's. It's. So imagine a mall, Mal, but with no people in, all the doors locked, and it really dark outside.
Yeah.
And imagine just how quiet and eerie that is. All the shops are shut and everything's dark.
Yeah.
And you're just You sometimes can go 2-3 hours and see not another member of staff because it's so spread out.
Yeah, I can understand that.
It's quite creepy. Like sometimes you'll hear a noise, you'll turn around and there's nothing there.
Does that happen to you before?
It's just because the building is designed to keep heat in, so as the tiles get colder, they move.
Yeah.
They contract, expand, things like that. Or the mice are scuttling around, or... I mean, the rats are the size of fucking cats.
Oh, no.
You think I'm joking?
Big, are they?
They're big fuckers.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quite eerie and creepy.
Yeah.
It can be. Like, for those that can't really picture it, just imagine being in... if anyone has ever had after-school clubs, if you've ever been in a school late at night with no lights on, no other students...
Yes, I have,
Yes,
actually.
it's that kind of feeling.
Especially when you went to a school club in the winter and it was night time when you got out. That was quite eerie.
Were you
that.
actually part of any school clubs?
I was part of... I think I was part of a few, especially in primary school. Never in secondary school because fucking 25 to 4 it was time to fucking go home.
Yeah.
But yeah, primary school I was a lot more what's the correct word to use? Academically
Challenged.
more willing. Fuck off. Academic. What's the academically dedicated.
Yeah,
that's
mine
the word
is.
to use. Yeah.
See, I've always loved learning. I've always been... I love learning.
Yeah.
So I've always got my head down, like stuck my head down. I'll mess around in some lessons, like, but you know, there's a limit to I want to get this work done. I'm the same in my work.
Yeah. But I did go through a teenage rebellion phase.
Yeah, if you
myself.
can't tell me what to do,
Yeah.
You're
Whole
not my
world's
mum.
against me, man.
you don't understand.
Nobody gets me, man.
Yeah,
I'm just gotta go home and listen to the Smiths, man. No, I weren't that obnoxious.
I went.
Are you sure? Yeah.
You know, the
Have one.
Black Veil Brides and
Oh, I never went through that phase.
My Chemical Romance.
No, it was all music I like. Then was
Energy
all Queen,
drinks.
Fleetwood Mac. Energy drinks was up there.
Energy drinks, heavy metal.
Ranting and raving, listening to The Police while you're swigging your relentless cans. That was my childhood. Roxanne, put on that red light.
And of course, it was in this time where I was moving from down south to up north, which England's a small country, but there are very cultural differences.
There is very.
And like my accent was very different. Like, compared to like all you bastards, I've got quite a posh accent
All
sometimes.
us bastards.
Well, I've had to tone my accent down in the way I spoke over the years.
Really?
Yeah, I used to say like, quite indeed, all that sort of stuff. One came from quite a good background.
Oh,
I have
did
you
we?
know, yes.
Did we really?
You know, it's perfectly normal in like, especially up north, like Yorkshire and Lancashire, to like call someone a bastard or a cunt
Yeah.
in a friendly way.
Is that not a thing down south?
It depends on your part.
Yeah.
Like a lot of see British people, and I've heard this a lot in America. Americans' sense of humour and British sense of humour is quite different.
I believe so.
But also the way we speak. So I will swear quite a lot. It's just something I fucking do. And that can come off as intimidating or rude when it's in like a nice way. Like it's someone can say, "Oh yeah, that's quite nice," and it's like, "Yeah, that's fucking amazing." That
Yeah. I take it a lot of what people in America will find that offensive.
some people would. It's like if a British person says "brilliant," it never means brilliant.
Yeah.
It's sarcastic.
Yeah.
How
I
many
can understand that? Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Now.
Yeah. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
So,
yeah.
This is some knowledge for anyone out there that's American. If a British person ever says something is brilliant, it's really not. And that's just the nicest way we can say of, that is fucking diabolical.
Yeah, that is brilliant.
And that's quite a thing.
But then again, you're quite a sarcastic guy, aren't you?
A lot of British are, though.
Yeah, would you say I can be sarcastic?
You're very northern. Like, can you imagine, like, a stiff, like, a proper, like, stern American person, and you walk up to him, and you're like, hey up, fella?
Yeah, very true, yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So
I'm very much like a northern cliche.
No, it's just, northern people are quite friendly.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we are.
It's,
You're quite friendly too.
yeah, but I have been described as the people-hating entertainer. Which is not true. I love people. I just hate idiots. And that's 90% of the world.
Oh, DL. What?
No,
God.
I like people. I just don't like stupid people.
You find stupidity. I'm not trying to go deep on you.
The earth is flat. Did you just say you're not trying to go too deep on my ass?
Yeah.
That's gonna cause so much fan fiction there.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
You said that sentence with a straight face.
Not trying to go deep on, yeah. I could have worded that a bit better.
Yeah, you really could have.
Yeah. But anyway, so what kind of people, what not necessarily people, let's not get stereotypical on this or label people, but what kind of behaviour would one need to exhibit to annoy you? I worded that quite.
People that don't believe scientific facts.
Like what?
Climate change. The earth is flat.
Do you remember? It's bizarre. You should bring that up. One of the projects I had to do in college, in the class you was in, was I had to prove, or at least try and give a presentable argument, even though I didn't believe in it myself, that global warming didn't exist. And then Michael I was presenting an argument I didn't believe in myself, so it was meant to be one of those tests of character. And Michael, and did I say his name, full name?
No.
No.
You knew he did.
A classmate called Michael deleted my work. Do you remember that presentation? And all I had to show was a fucking mushroom cloud.
Yeah, and a picture of Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah,
because he's famous.
And he deleted all because I basically wrote a script. These was the days where I wasn't that good at thinking on my feet.
You're still not to a degree now.
No,
You're all over
no.
the place right now.
I know, but basically he completely got rid of all the work, and I presented a solid argument which I didn't believe in myself.
Right, see, that's a bit I love and respect. I do like flat earthers and people that don't believe in climate change when they come up with a decent argument, because science changes every couple of years from what we know and what we don't know.
Yeah, which has been known to happen quite frequently.
But I like the people that can hear both sides of the argument.
Yeah.
I think this because this, here's my proof. All right, I think this because of this, here's my proof, it disproves your proof.
Yeah.
And the people are like, oh, fair enough, I can now see both sides of the argument. People that I can't stand are people like,
you're wrong!
You're wrong. All right, well, where's your evidence?
You're just wrong, yeah.
Yeah, I believe this. Give me your evidence. I can't. Why? You're wrong.
Yeah. Does that actually ever happen?
There are still people that believe dinosaurs never existed. And evolution isn't real.
I've never come across... I'm not saying they don't exist, they obviously do, but personally me, I'm sure you are, but I've never come across them type of people.
I used to work with someone
Never.
that didn't believe Henry VIII existed, and we had to convince them that Hitler was real.
Sounds familiar. I'm sure... I think someone's told me about someone very similar to that.
I think it was me before, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Like, can you imagine...
Are you sure this particular individual wasn't just doing it to wind you up, though, and secretly when he was backing up? Yeah, I've got these people thinking I actually don't believe in Hitler. Like, I don't believe Hitler happened.
No, they were being 100% serious.
Really? So he honestly didn't believe the events of Hitler existed?
They believe Hitler existed, but it wasn't him doing all this nasty shit. He was just like the face, and it was someone else.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. We've sort of lost energy right now. But hey, we're at the end of the podcast.
Takes a lot of people to create a world.
So
whose turn is it? I know you don't like doing it.
We didn't do it last time. Like, comment, subscribe, check out our Patreon, ding the bell, share us on social media.
Please like us. Please like us.
If you're watching on Spotify,
are you going grey?
Cheers. I've been going grey years.
I've just noticed.
I'm gonna be like,
it actually suits you. Actually,
I'm gonna
to
be like
fair.
a fucking silver fox, me.
Wow,
Philip
you
Schofield.
don't. Like, you actually, let's have a look. You actually are from a certain angle. You're going grey, bro.
Philip, it's stress dealing with people.
Really?
Yeah, it's dealing with flat earthers.
Oh, sorry, that was a bit of a loud laugh. You can't tell. It was just when you wafted your hair.
Yeah, waft.
Wafted.
The good word. Love the word. Oh.
Oh, wow. So,
and we have a Patreon. Also, do you have a question you want to ask? Because I still do game giveaways. So, also, there is someone that listens that comments underneath. You may have commented, if you're listening, on our opinions of PewDiePie being a bit dated. There is a free game for you waiting.
Absolutely.
Contact our email, which is dancingbearandkoala@gmail.com.
Couldn't put it better myself.
And follow us on Twitter. We Dancingbear at Dancingbear and Koala or some shit like that. You'll find us. It's the same artwork from the channel. We have one picture.
Here's one. Favourite character? No. Favourite character story arc. So basically, to qualify from that, someone that had a very 180 story arc from being a complete villain to being a hero.
That became a hero, a hero to a villain.
Yes.
Show, book, game, movie, anime, everything.
Yeah, i.e., give you an example. Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer could be considered one. Negan from The Walking Dead could be now sort of considered one.
Here's something as well. So I gave a copy of Soul Calibur.
There was one on Game of Thrones as well.
But someone on Twitter, if you're listening, I gave them a copy because they good at argument. They when we asked for best Marvel supporting characters, they have now the proud owner a copy of Soul Calibur 4 or 5, whichever is the newest one.
Right.
They suggested Shuri. For those who don't know, Shuri is the sister in Black Panther.
Yeah.
She does have her own comic line if anyone wants to look that up.
I didn't know that either. Wow. So did she win, did you say?
Yes. So someone on Twitter, I forget his name, he got a free copy of the game. So we do actually give her out games.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah.
Definitely. Absolutely.
That's that.
That's that. Hope you enjoyed this podcast. And even though we previously said it before, please subscribe to us. And like always, look after yourself.
Yeah. Like, comment, share, Twitter, Patreon. You know the drill.
Look after yourselves and peace out. Goodbye.
I have been Tom Koala.
And I have been Dancing Bear.
See you next week.
Bye.